Hello, I am Maurice Kousteau, and these are the continuing adventures of the Kalypso 2010.
Brought to you by My Little Pony Glue Factory. From beautiful pastoral field to commercial liquefier. Brings out the armchair glue producer in every child. Not suitable for children under 2. And Shiite Pet, the radical new idea in decorative planters.
The fair Kalypso in her secret port. We were completing the transfer of ship stores and equipment, preparing for another scientific voyage. The new radio system, refrigeration units, jacuzzi, and 100 gallons of white paint had been transferred on board. We were running about 2 hours behind schedule. Our delay due mainly to having to move with great stealth. Our mission was already a perilous undertaking, due in large part to my treacherous ex-wife. It would appear that my alimony check had not cleared, most probably due to the cost of their new radar system, refrigeration units, jacuzzi, and 100 gallons of white paint. Finally, we were able to set sail, a myriad of thoughts racing to and fro through my mind. Foremost in my mind, what would my devoted, if not completely absent illegitimate father have thought of my voyages? Would he have liked my red wool cap? Would he have liked my bad French accent? One thing I do know, we both would have shared a great dislike of my treacherous ex-wife. We were finally able to cast off on our voyage of exploration. More memories came flooding back. My first meeting with my legitimate stepbrother, Jean-Michel. Oh, how I envied his relationship with our father, and his ability to completely alienate the poor, ailing old man at the end. At our first and only meeting, he educated me on the importance of the family copyrights, thus the spelling of my and my vessel's name. And then he attempted to give me a refresher course on how to dive from a moving vessel. Ah, the hijinks of brotherhood. Oh, how I look forward to our next meeting. 2 hours into the voyage, my faithful and ingenious engineer, Auguste, called me to the engine room. It would appear that our voyage was to be plagued by the unexpected.
Captain, it would appear the engine room is on fire.
The fire would appear to have been nothing more than an apparition, fueled by Auguste's penchant for absinthe. Ah, the sweet nectar of absinthe, in and of itself, is not a detriment. However, when it is combined with the vapors of our ship's epoxy repair material, one can only expect the unexpected. Not only was there no fire, but Auguste appeared to have epoxied himself to one of the engines. Auguste's freedom would have to wait until we could put some distance between ourselves and my treacherous ex-wife Giselle. The woman has the tenacity of a rabid wolverine. Our voyage's course was preordained by my illegitimate father's cryptic and yet alluring final words. Où est mon chapeau rouge? Since my comprehension of the French language is very basic, due to my upbringing in Dubuque, Iowa, I had to depend heavily on my brother Jean-Michel. He was very eager, almost militant, to assist and get me on my way. He not only translated but located our father's last destination. We would be heading to a very remote location, La Île de la Mort Horrible, an island somewhere in the Caribbean, in search of my father's chapeau rouge, a very rare red-capped member of the herring family, according to Jean-Michel. My life would be complete if only I could find this chapeau rouge and put my illegitimate father's soul to rest. And, perhaps, pick up a few endorsement deals in the process. 16 hours into our voyage, I felt somewhat at ease and decided to stop to explore the surrounding ocean. This brief break would give the crew time to organize their areas, consolidate supplies, and remove Auguste from the engine that he had earlier epoxied himself to. The waves gently caressed us as we submerged into the azure waters close to our final destination. This would be an excellent point to start our search for the elusive Chapeau Rouge. The happy reef fishes, complacent in their day-to-day struggle of survival, like so many human office workers gathered around their elkhorn coral water cooler of the deep. An elegant eagle ray flutters by. A green moray eel slithers under a coral ledge. And Auguste is still epoxied to the engine. It is time to surface and resume our journey to our final destination, and perhaps my destiny. We arrive at La Ile de la Mort Horrible, ranked number 2 on the continent's most inhospitable places on planet Earth, Atlantic City, New Jersey being number 1. We receive an emergency radio message informing us that one of our sponsors has pulled their funding from our mission due to hardship. ShiiPed Limited's main production line has inexplicably exploded. We will be limited to a mere 2 dives before we have to return to our home port. On the positive side, we have been allowed to keep 10,000 units of the ShiiPed product. Auguste is already hard at work redesigning the packaging. Even epoxied to the engine, Auguste is still an indispensable member of our crew. The next day, our final day of Project Chapeau Rouge, I decide to attempt a deep dive to perhaps encounter the elusive fish we seek. With time running short, I suit up and submerge to the inky depths. On my descent, I am surprised to encounter my legitimate stepbrother Jean-Michel and his children. They also appear to be surprised to see me. They paint a perfect picture of harmony in their neatly matching and modern diving gear. I feel somewhat old-fashioned in my dated gear and continue my dive. The ocean is brimming with life. A sudden stingray glides effortlessly past. I catch a glimpse of red. Could it be the Chapeau Rouge? No, it is but a red handkerchief that is cascaded gently from above me. The initials JMC stitched delicately on its surface. A reef shark cruises sensually past like a Moulin Rouge cabaret dancer named Chantil, paying little attention to the strange human creatures that have invaded its underwater realm. Time vanishes quickly, like so much sponsors' money. We have but 1 dive remaining. Will the Chapeau Rouge make an appearance? The second dive reveals the remains of a long-submerged shipwreck in its watery grave, now home to a dizzying array of fishes. Surely we will find the Chapeau Rouge here. We search among the myriad of fish, yet no sign of the one we long to encounter. As we begin our ascent, bereft at not finding our quarry, we are joined by playful dolphins, who appear to be trying to communicate some important information to us. What could they be trying to tell us? Are these dolphins messengers sent by Poseidon to assist us? My thoughts are interrupted as one of the 400-pound creatures crashes headfirst into my faithful dive partner Pierre, We flee rapidly back to our vessel, where the dolphins appear to taunt us further with their whistles and squeals. As Pierre climbs the ladder, I notice the red handkerchief that I discarded earlier. It is now wedged in Pierre's buoyancy compensator. Ah, the playful, intelligent, if somewhat vindictive dolphins. Pierre crawls onto the deck, nursing his broken ribs and bleeding wounds. As I reflect on the many events of our short voyage, I am struck by the realization that perhaps this journey has not been about actually finding this chapeau rouge. Instead, this voyage has been a mystical and spiritual pilgrimage. We have all rediscovered the importance of the voyages of the Kalypso, both my vessel and my illegitimate father's. The Kalypso will continue to be a metaphor for freedom. Freedom from, among other things, our land-based treacherous ex-wives.
To sail on a dream on a crystal